Every wizard has their first journey to Hogwarts. And for us, that adventure doesn't begin at platform 9¾ but in the parking lot at Schiphol Airport. With suitcases full of excitement, cameras at the ready, and a heart full of magic, we embark on an unforgettable journey into the world of Harry Potter. From the first few kilometers on the highway to the takeoff of our flying aircraft, this is our story, a journey filled with stealths, mysterious corridors, and unforgettable memories. So grab your wand, hop in, and experience it with us. There's something about airport escalators. They don't just move you forward, they carry you toward adventure. In just a few hours, we'll be in another world. After a smooth flight, we landed in London and arrived at the colorful Moxie Hotel. Suddenly, the lights went out, the whole hotel in complete darkness. The cause?
Hello, a very good morning. Thanks for joining us here on The Breakfast Show. We begin today with breaking news. Heathrow Airport, one of the world's busiest airports, will be closed until midnight tonight. An estimated 1,300 flights will be directly affected, which could trigger chaos for air carriers around the world. Well, so far, more than 100 flights have been diverted to alternative destinations. British Airways have told customers not to travel to Heathrow Airport for their flights until further notice.
Day one starts early. Today is the day of the Harry Potter Studio Tour. We board the bus, the Harry Potter bus. The adventure truly begins on the bus ride to the Harry Potter Studios. Excitement buzzes in the air as we spot familiar sights through the windows and leave London behind. Finally, after a long ride, we made it, standing right in front of the studios where the magic truly begins. And then, that moment when the golden doors open and the Great Hall appears before us, goosebumps. Our journey through the magical world had officially begun. The Great Hall, the heart of Hogwarts, the actual set where the students dined, the professors stood at their long table, and the sorting hat ceremony came to life. From there, it only got better. Costumes from every house, original props like the Triwizard Cup, Tom Riddle's diary, and the Marauder's map, all right in front of us. There were classrooms filled with magical ingredients, the potions room, and of course, Dumbledore's office with its swirling staircases and mysterious artifacts. And just when we thought we had seen it all, there it was, the real Forbidden Forest. Dark, eerie, and filled with giant spiders and unexpected magic. Then came platform 9 3/4. The actual Hogwarts Express stood waiting. We walked through its carriages, explored the luggage, and saw how so many unforgettable scenes were filmed. It felt like the train could take off at any second. And then we stepped inside Gringotts. The wizarding bank, run by goblins, felt more like a palace than a vault. Massive marble columns, crystal chandeliers, and every detail perfectly recreated from the films. We walked through the grand hall, saw the goblins at work, and even ventured deep underground, straight into the vaults, where the Lestrange family treasure glittered ominously around us. But the absolute highlight, Diagon Alley. Cobblestone streets lined with wand shops, joke emporiums, and the towering front of Gringotts Bank. Every corner was alive with detail, and every window told its own story. And just when you think it's over, the finale. A breathtaking, giant model of Hogwarts Castle. Handcrafted, glowing, and majestic. It's the kind of sight that makes you stop and smile, no matter how old you are. After a magical day at the studios, walking through the Great Hall, discovering platform 9 3/4, and even getting lost in the Wizarding shopping street, we board the bus back to the city. But the day is far from over. Upon arrival, we dive straight into the vibrant heart of London, Piccadilly Circus. The lights, the crowds, the energy, it feels like we've stepped right onto a movie set. To end our magical day, we headed to the iconic Hard Rock Cafe. With great music, good vibes, and a drink in hand, we toasted to an unforgettable adventure. Cheers to memories that rock. The next morning, we lace up our walking shoes. Today, it's time to explore the city of London itself. We dive into the heart of it all, visiting the iconic sights you simply have to see. We come face to face with the impressive Big Ben, snap photos at the Houses of Parliament, and admire the London Eye. As if things weren't cinematic enough already, we unexpectedly find ourselves in the middle of a real film shoot. We wandered through Hyde Park, making our way toward Buckingham Palace. Curious squirrels came right up to say hello. A royal route with a touch of nature's charm. From Hyde Park, we continue our way toward Buckingham Palace, and then suddenly we're standing in front of the famous gates of the Royal Palace. Hidden away in the heart of London, Stanley's is more than just a toy store. It's a dream come true. From floor to ceiling, it's packed with fun, nostalgia, and treasures for every age. But the real surprise? Downstairs, there's a secret Harry Potter cellar. Wands, robes, magical sweets, everything a young witch or wizard could wish for. It's like stepping straight into Diagon Alley. Stanley's isn't just a shop, it's an experience. And we could have stayed there for hours.
What's your nose, buddy? Your nose. 3, 2, 1, up! Woo! That's a bad throw. That's a bad throw. You're doing it.
In the heart of London, we step into a place where technology and imagination intertwine. Welcome to the Butterfly Trail at Outernet. As we enter the Now building, we're surrounded by towering 16K wraparound screens. Using our smartphones, we release vibrant AR butterflies that flutter around us, landing gently on our hands. It's a mesmerizing blend of the virtual and the real, making us feel like part of this enchanted world. Later, we find ourselves immersed in an underwater realm. The screens transform into a vast ocean, with schools of fish swimming by and sunlight filtering through the waves. It's a serene and captivating end to our journey, leaving us in awe of the wonders we've just experienced. One of London's most iconic landmarks, Tower Bridge, with its 2 majestic towers and giant lifting bascules. We walk across the high-level glass walkway, taking in views of the River Thames, the city skyline, and the busy boats below. High above the bustling streets of London, the Sky Garden is a hidden oasis. Filled with lush plants and winding paths, it feels like stepping into a secret garden in the sky. From this incredible vantage point, we soak in breathtaking 360-degree views of the city's iconic landmarks, from the Shard to St. Paul's Cathedral. It's a peaceful escape where nature and the city meet, giving us a moment to breathe and marvel at London from above. Tucked away in the heart of London, Leadenhall Market is like stepping into another world. With its colorful roof, old-fashioned shopfronts, and cobbled floors, it feels like a mix between a fairy tale and a movie set. And speaking on movies, Harry Potter fans might recognize it as the entrance to Diagon Alley in the very first film. Today, the market is full of charming boutiques, cafes, and restaurants. Whether you're shopping, grabbing a bite, or just soaking up the atmosphere, Leadenhall Market is a magical little escape in the middle of the busy city. St. Paul's Cathedral stands proudly at the heart of London, with its magnificent dome dominating the skyline. In the heart of London, Trafalgar Square is where history, culture, and energy come together. We stand among towering statues, giant fountains, and flocks of pigeons, with Nelson's Column rising high above it all. Surrounded by art, street performers, and the buzz of the city, it's the perfect place to pause and soak in the London vibe. Just a few steps from the busy streets of Soho, we find ourselves in a whole new world. Welcome to Chinatown. Bright red lanterns hang overhead, the air is filled with the smell of fresh dumplings, and shopfronts are packed with colorful sweets, Lucky Charms, and bubbling dishes. The next morning, we set off for Oxford. We leave the busy streets of London behind and settle in for a bus ride to Oxford. As the city fades into the distance, the landscape changes. Green fields, stone cottages, and winding roads appear outside the window. With every mile, we get closer to the charm and history of one of England's most famous university towns. And then that moment when you drive into Oxford, and it feels like you've just stepped into a time machine. The narrow street ahead is lined with golden stone buildings that have stood for centuries. Oxford has been here since the 9th century. Every street in Oxford feels like a portal. Past the iron gates, through arches and alleys, you find hidden courtyards and ancient stones that glow in the morning light. Tucked away in the heart of Oxford lies the Covered Market, a hidden gem full of character and charm. We wander through the narrow walkways, past colorful stalls and quirky little shops selling everything from fresh flowers and handmade gifts to traditional pies and sweets. It's cozy, full of local flavor, and every corner tells a story. The perfect place to slow down and soak up the Oxford vibe. Oxford feels like walking through the pages of a history book. Around every corner stands a building that's hundreds of years old. Grand colleges, old libraries, and stone archways covered in ivy. The architecture is breathtaking, from the towering spires to the quiet inner courtyards where scholars have walked for centuries. It's no wonder so many films and stories have been inspired by this place. This stunning hall may look like a set, but it's completely real. Welcome to the Divinity School in Oxford. With its high arched ceiling and intricate stonework, it's no surprise they chose it as the Hogwarts infirmary in the Harry Potter films. Oxford is one of the oldest and most famous universities in the world. For over 900 years, students have come here to learn, explore, and change the world. The city itself feels almost magical, with buildings that look like they came straight out of a Harry Potter movie. In fact, parts of the films were actually shot here. Among the old stone walls and winding streets, you'll find beautiful colleges like Christ Church and Magdalen College. Students in black gowns rush from class to class, while tourists snap photos at every corner. Oxford isn't just a place to study. It's a world full of stories, history, and a touch of magic. At Christ Church College, we find one of the most unforgettable filming spots from Harry Potter. These grand stone steps were used in the very first film, the moment when Harry, Hermione, and Ron arrive at Hogwarts for the first time. And then you step into the dining hall. Long wooden tables, towering windows, and portraits watching from the walls. It looks like a scene from a movie, because it is. The courtyard at Christ Church is a peaceful haven tucked away from the busy world outside. Surrounded by ancient stone walls and beautiful arches, it feels like stepping into a timeless story. Students have walked these grounds for centuries, and every corner whispers secrets of history and tradition. It's the perfect spot to pause, reflect, and imagine the magic that lingers in the air. Adjacent to Christ Church College stands its magnificent cathedral, a place of worship, history, and breathtaking beauty. With soaring ceilings, intricate stained glass windows, and centuries-old stonework, the cathedral inspires awe and reverence. It's both a spiritual heart and a historic treasure, where traditions have been upheld for hundreds of years. Visiting the cathedral feels like stepping into a sacred story, filled with light, shadow, and timeless grace. Christ Church College isn't just one of Oxford's most famous colleges, it's a place where history, beauty, and magic come together. From its majestic courtyard to the grand dining hall, every corner looks like a scene from a storybook. Parts of Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire were filmed right here, in the cloisters of New College. But even without the magic of cinema, this place feels like a spell you never quite leave. In one corner of the cloister garden stands a massive oak tree, older than most countries. Beneath its branches, you feel the weight of time, and yet everything feels perfectly still. And just like that, from centuries of history and timeless architecture, you step straight into the buzz of a modern shopping mall. Before we knew it, our last day in London had come. To make the most of our remaining hours in London, we visited the Natural History Museum. Housed in a stunning cathedral-like building, this place is anything but boring. From towering dinosaur skeletons and glittering gemstones to creepy crawlies and a giant blue whale hanging from the ceiling, it's a treasure trove of nature's greatest hits. And the best part? Entry is completely free. Just bring your curiosity and maybe a good pair of walking shoes. After 5 exhausting, but truly unforgettable days, it was time to head home. With our bags packed and our hearts full of memories, we boarded the plane back to the Netherlands.